Can't find the freaking keys for the car, right? So where the fuck is all? I'm pacing up and down like an idiot. Right, so if you want to nick a car, there. So they've been left out all night. What a fanny! What a complete fanny! What a clown! It's not the first time I've done that. It's not the first time. It just isn't. What a clown. Right, so what we've got to do, well, put it in your pocket then. It's fucking leaving the keys out. Right, so you could have come and nicked, you could have nicked my car, my van, the two cars a lot last night when I was sleeping. But then, nobody wants to nick them, because there's sit-ins and the van's a bit fucked really and blah blah blah. Yeah. So we need to get, so what we're doing here, this is a recycling. This is non-Ferrous Fergus, or Ferrous Fergus, or Ferrous Fergie. I quite like that, it's quite catchy. So what we've got is, these are also a bit of a nuisance. I don't know anybody that buys them, but I don't want to throw them away, so I usually take the copper out of them. Yeah, so I got a bit fed up at it yesterday. Yeah. And I'm finding out about pewter. I've got a pewter there. I need to get the thing to have a look at this. I think that's pewter. So if I save them up, the prices went up in them. This is EPNS, which isn't worth much. Generally I sell them for like £1 each or something, plates and what have you, but you shouldn't really throw them away, you should keep them because somebody will buy them. But the pewter's worth more. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It's supposed to be for entertainment. I already said that's twice I've said that, but it's just to show you sort of what I do. What I do. It's mainly for the good of the planet. Now I've done a video this morning about Ford Cortinas, so I don't know if that's quite right. It's probably even turned around a little bit. That you're on the top of a wheelbarrow now. I need to figure out a better way of having I broke my plastic stand that I've been using for a couple of years. I'm doing videos, a little tripod thing. Another one I got for somebody that broke as well. There's a common theme going on here. And the gimbal I got for somebody, I couldn't get it. I got it to work right in the house, and then I tried it out in the field, it didn't work. That's probably that's why he gave it to me. The other one, my other gimbal that I bought for 50 quid, broke. It wasn't really, it was too sensitive and too... And then I was doing Jakey films, videos. So my master plan with a tripod and the Home Bargains camera clamp probably will work, but it seems a bit of a hassle because it's quite a big tripod like that size if you're just doing casual videos. So I need to go and try and find a video. Right, let's have a look at this. These are pop rivets, so I'll keep them. And there's this gear knob in here. God, it's quite warm today. It's warm. God, I'm feeling warm already. So, aluminium. I drank them last night. So one of the videos I was going to do was about the woman that's attacking me. There's a woman attacking me at the group that I go to, and there's one thing you must remember is never argue with a woman. So there's plenty of videos about that online, about arguing with women. Don't argue with them because they don't speak the same language as men. So for the purposes of biological reality, I'm a man, right? So legal terms is a different matter, but so don't argue with them. You won't win. There's nothing to win. There's everything to lose. And so what I did in that situation is I backed out of it. But I didn't even go into it. I didn't even get involved with it. She's got a problem with me, some kind of problem. She's being rude and abusive. So the people that run the group are going to have to deal with it. That's how I'm doing it. Now you could say, well, you shouldn't have walked out because you're losing your valuable group. It's supposed to be helping me, but I can't see how I can be helped if I've got if somebody doesn't like me there, is attacking me. So I actually, the reality is that you actually are that if you say you're being attacked, you actually are being attacked, right? So there's no two ways about it. You are fucking dogs. You are being attacked. You know, so what you must do is don't argue with women. Get away from them. It's really what I believe. So if I'd known this years ago, I'd have been a lot. So I don't know why they attack me. They just do, and it happens, and it's a lot to do with my opinions, because I shatter their reality, and that particular lady is as lazy as anything, and I believe that she should walk more. So she's trying to mooch lifts all the time. She's actually quite a parasite. Actually, she's always mooching. We went out to university, and she was not happy because they weren't buying her a meal up there. So I think she needs to get a grip of herself and stand on her own 2 feet. But it's not me. She probably knows I know this. That's why she's attacking me. Well, I haven't actually said that. Well, I've said it now, but I believe even when you're in this country, you get your rent paid, you get your council tax paid. The majority of people like herself, she doesn't have to work, do anything, and she should have some money to go to a cafe occasionally, or she uses money to pay for taxis when she could walk. She's lazy, you know, and that's her problem. So if anybody wants to take me on, have a fight with me, I can do it, but only where I feel that I want to do it. So otherwise, like I say, there's no point. I'm contradicting myself. There's no point in fighting. You're not going to win anything. So avoid them. But I use this channel to lay out what I think's wrong, and like that lady, she's wrong. But there's nobody can really make her do the right thing, and that is stop being a fucking parasite, you know. And I don't mean people shouldn't be on benefits. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you need to stand up and do things for yourself, and not be completely and utterly enslaved, because that's what she's doing, and that's the future. The future's bleak. You have to get out and do your own thing, otherwise, and at least try and be somewhat independent. And I know that's difficult because they get rid of their men, don't they? And they don't have traditional marriages, so the state becomes like the husband. Okay, are you going to get some of this scrapped? Let's go. Right, tools. Certainly, so I do piss people off with these sort of opinions that I have. Nobody's perfect, and I haven't lived a perfect life by any means. But you need to try and do better. Try, you know. Stop being useless. But don't ever argue with women. Don't ever do it. You're not. It's just a total waste of time. Don't ever do it. Especially a low, what you could call, that lady is actually a low. I don't like saying this, but I think it's potentially true. Is that? Let's see if this thing's working alright. Is it on? She's a low value woman in that there's not really much going for her. I mean, but everybody deserves opportunity. So, but it's her. A lot of the reason she's in the position she's in is her own doing, and it's probably because she engages in stupid arguments with strong people. I'm a strong person. I think it's fair to say I probably am. Although I'm not in every department, but in some ways I am. And it's hard. It's not easy being a strong person. It's not, and I'm not as strong as I should be or could be, but it's not easy. And you have to. But basically, it's about laziness. Really, I think a lot of people are so lazy that they can't be bothered doing anything, and it's just a mindset they're in. And I don't know why they're like that, and it's just not good. you're eventually going to die if you're like that. You will die. Everybody's got to die, but you're going to die at having done nothing and achieved nothing. You know? There's so many people like that. And if I was to say these things to her, she's already started fighting me. She'll fight. They'll fight you. They'll destroy you. They will fight you and kill you before even standing up and accepting they're wrong. They will defend their depravity to the... And I mean, this is what I'm talking about, arguing with women. That's why you don't argue with them. My ex was like that. She will fight and fight and fight and fight. Never listen to anything. And fight for that stupid lifestyle she's got. And that's what they do. And it's insane what they do. At the end of the day, no much wonder globalists don't give a fuck about this country when there's so many people like that. And they can enslave them, they can ban them from going in woods and ban them from driving cars, and ban them from going in cities, and ban them from this, that and the other. No much fucking wonder. In a way they deserve it, but nobody deserves it. But it's actually really warm today. I've just noticed it's really warm. Very, very warm. I've got the washing machine on, get the washing out. So my main plan today is to get this lot. So that group's supposed to be helping me with my mental health actually. But I have, since I've been there for about 3 years, I've had to tackle people like that. There's one comes and one goes, and that's what it's been like. So I think I think in general terms, I'm probably stronger. One of the stronger ones, we'll say. Let's put it that way. So that's why they attack me. Not only that, we're talking about it's not exactly I don't really like this one because it's got holes in it. God, it's warm. Aye, it's not a female safe space at all. You might be wondering, is she going to use that on me? She might, yeah, because they'll use anything when they're cornered. They will use anything, but for the most part, the majority of them are supportive of me, and I am supportive of them. So I don't think it'll work out for her, to be quite honest. So what you got here is a tiny little bit of fucking copper. It's hardly worth bloody doing it, you know. I think it's so small. What we'll do is we'll chuck it in the motors department. Well, actually maybe it's not that bad. Let's have a look. I need a knife. So that's part and parcel of my life. I get people attacking me. I think they just don't know how to take me sometimes. And the other irony is you'll get them going on about autism all the time, but it's only when it suits them. It's only when it suits them. And there's another rat in that group that, she's indicated she is, that I realise I don't trust her. That's her that had the argument with me about the driving with alcohol. And she actually she was wrong, and she won the argument by cheating and then declaring herself the winner. And I just let it go. And I realised that I was wasting my time talking to her. Because in this country, there is a limit for alcohol. You can, and the main thing I didn't get about at the time when we were arguing was that it varies from person to person. But the reality is that person, wasn't wanting to lose that argument, so she was going to win regardless of whether she was right or not. So that's, again, arguing with a woman, right? So, you're wasting valuable brain power arguing with a woman. So, I went and blocked her off Facebook. I thought to myself, why do I want somebody that doesn't like me, that's going to do me harm, being able to watch, to be on my Facebook? You know? Why? I mean, I think you've got a right to protect yourself, and that would be a situation where there is situations where you should block people off Facebook. Because they're sitting there and they're like, she used to talk about some of my Facebook posts, and she never interacted with me on it, never. But she would talk to other people about it, about some of the things I was doing, in a critical sort of way. A really strange person. So, at the end of the day, you are talking about genuine peasants here. You know, they are on top of, they think they're on top of their game, and they ain't. They are just idiots. You know, and the whole reason why they go to a group like that is because for somehow or another they failed at humanity, at being humans. But she's a crutch on her autistic son. If they were to take the son away from her, she'd be finished. They'd have to give the car back. So if his autism was... So she's reinforcing his autism. And I'm not saying who this is, so it's anonymous, right? I just don't know, but my ex has done that as well. She's hanging on to our son for her own validation, not for his benefit. And it's proven to be. So now he's getting down that route now, being mentally disturbed, because he stayed in his bedroom for... Turns out if you stay in your bedroom for 20 years, you go mad. That's why you go mad in solitary confinement in jails. It's not normal. And that's why you're supposed to get a job or go to college or do something. So, unfortunately, that was taken out of my control as well. What are you going on about all this for? Who cares? Right, so let's go here. We'll just get on with this, get through it. There's brass in there. We're going to go in and have some breakfast now, so this video's not going to be too long. So you take that out, you've got brass in there. Wires, right, we need to get the... But then if you find things to do, like what I'm doing here, that's not an appropriate box, because it's got fucking holes in it. Might put a bit of cardboard in it or something. Oh, look at that. I see the hammer coming on here. Again, all we seem to be really talking about is avoiding arguing with women. It's just a total waste of time. You always got to remember not to do it. And sometimes I forget. In that case, I'll tell you about what I think's general chit chat can go downhill. And this other one I was talking about there wants to be in control of the group. Whether a narcissistic nutter left. But really, they are all pretty hopeless, a whole lot of them. Well, there's some of them that I really like. There's 2 or 3 of them. There's 3 actually that I really like. They're nice people. They really are. They've got mental problems and everything, and that's genuine mental problems. There's 4 of them actually. 4. are genuine, decent people that have got problems. I like them. I do like them, so I kind of support them, and that's probably why I haven't left, because they've been decent with me, like the lady that buys me the crisps. You know, and the other one tried to stop it. That's a really weird scenario, isn't it? But and the problem when I did the care job, you were not supposed to take food off anyone. In this situation, I'm a service user as well. There's a reason a lot of times for rules, because things do go horribly wrong, and that's why if you don't have any rules, it always goes wrong. It's like, well, why do we have to have rules? Well, it's because you don't behave, and it always goes wrong. That's why. So you might say, like the car thing, for example, getting lifts, that can go horribly wrong quite easily. Insurance. Why are you giving somebody a lift? Where were you going at the time? Oh, we're not going to pay out because you didn't specify when you took out the policy that you were giving people lifts. See, that's an example of what can go wrong. You know, but of course the people in question are not going to help you, are they? They're not going to care. They're not going to say, oh, we'll help you get a new car or whatever if your car's been damaged. So argue with women at your peril. You won't win. I wish I knew that years ago. I actually wish I knew that years ago. I got blamed for everything with the women I was with. Everything. Absolutely everything. And everything they did was fine. If I did it, I was a pervert. They do that. They do that, yeah. They've got the monopoly on sex and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what that is. That's what Jakey Rowling's doing. She's trying to monopolise sex over and above everyone else. It's power and control. This need for power and control is what it is. Make no mistake, if you don't see that, you're going to be in trouble. If you don't get that, that's what that is. Plain as day. And now it's interesting what's happening now, because it all creeps out on Facebook, doesn't it? So you've got Dan Wooten and Andrew Doyle are examples backing up J.K. Rowling. So now in America they're calling an end to make it illegal to be a homosexual. You know, and they deserve it. I know it's not, you know, it's not good. But that's coming. So J.K. Rowling's using them, because she'll be the one that's calling for them to be banned when it suits her. So that's like controlling men. That's what's going to happen. That is happening. It's not going to happen. It is happening. And that Dan Wooten, a lot of these presenters, for some reason, this is too much hassle getting these out of there. Honestly. The wire, the plastic goes everywhere. Look, I might as well continue because I've started. The other one, the guy from Newcastle, he's another one. They should not be supporting J.K. Rowling. She's going to have them banned from being homosexuals as soon as she gets a chance. That's pretty clear, pretty obvious to anyone with a brain. I mean, the whole problem with all this is that it always boils down to the fact that I'm going to come over and say what it is, because I'm aware people can hear me here, but it always comes down to women's freedom, because they can spend their lives not having children, and that is not healthy. It's not good for them. It's not good for society. That's what you need to do. So, unfortunately, that's the fundamental problem. Right, so there's always going to be, we're always going to get back to that. You know, there's, what is it like? Is it like the cheese? So they pick on the smallest, and it gets wider and wider and wider, and then you get to 52% of the population that are women, and they should really be having children. They should be married, should be in traditional marriages. But do they want that? No, they don't, do they? And all that has gone out the window, and unfortunately, so you're going to pick on like Jakey Rowling's picking on the transgenders, making a fake narrative that they're causing danger to women in safe spaces, which toilets, which are not safe spaces. And then, so you got Dan Wooten, Andrew, I forget his name, is it Pierce or something? The gay guy, the two gay men, and there's Darren Grimes, he's the one, another gay one supporting J.K. Rowling. Do not support her. No woman or man of any description should support J.K. Rowling, because it's radical feminism. It's not good for anyone. It's just as dangerous as the homosexual thing and the transgender thing. It's not good for anyone. Do not support her. They don't listen to me. They think she's trying to give freedom to women, try to, you know, re-establish what women really are. She's not doing that. She's just pushing her power around. She's a billionaire. She's got plenty of money. She's an absolute hypocrite. She got all that money selling a book that was pretty shit. Harry Potter books are crap, and idiots bought it. And it is a shame, because a lot of people really like Harry Potter, and she's ruined the image with her radical extremist views. She should have kept her gob shut and kept it. And so many people don't agree with me on that, but that's because they're wrong, and it's because they're not really thinking straight about this whole thing. So what they're doing now is they'll end up for the so they're going to go for the homosexuals, and what? Ethnic minorities, blacks, what next? So be warned, J.K. Rowling, not good. Not good at all. Would have nothing to do with her. She give a shit about you? No. She doesn't. She doesn't give a shit about anyone. She doesn't like men, for a start. She can use them. She'll use these guys, these morons, these reporters, so-called journalists. That's why I refuse to watch GB News. I used to watch it. They are full of crap. And anybody that really does support it, I can only say they either are really nasty people or they just haven't thought. I would like to give them the benefit of the doubt, they just haven't thought about it properly. Or they're the types that get swept away whatever trend comes along. You know, I think that could be possibly a reason. Well, that's brass. So is the bolt that came out, but I don't know where it went. When she'll have you just like the other ones. She'll have you banned out of toilets or whatever it is. It's clutching at straws. Do you think that's the biggest danger? The only thing they can grip onto is a toilet, which the government hasn't bothered to make them safe spaces, because they're not safe spaces. And it's quite amazing that that's the best she can come up with. Nasty J.K. Rowling with all that billions. It's toilets. There was a guy came on, I don't think he agreed with me, and to be fair, he didn't want to fall out with me about it. Well, that was a lot easier if I take this out. This is old. See the older stuff? It's got proper materials in it because it costs more to make things back in the day. I wonder if I could just break this out of here. Might be better. That's it. I think you probably can. Yeah, you've done it. So this will be aluminium. Yep. There's brass in here. I think it's time. Time. Don't know what that is. Oh, that's brass, I think. I just unscrew it all. Cut my hand. See the old, that's like old type wiring. God, fire hazard. Oh yes. What the fuck? String inside it. Time for a hammer. Oh God, this is the problem with this. It quite literally, it goes everywhere. I'm going to have to get down and have a right clean up at some point. That's all brass. It just smash it and it lands up going for miles. You have to watch what you're doing with some of this stuff because you don't know what it actually is. You know, could it be some dangerous fucking substance? So the whole basis of what I've been trying to say is that if you want to send some society back to the 1950s, you've got to be prepared to send all, and it's a natural thing. You know, it's not like there's people sitting planet, not necessarily, but it would happen naturally. You know, I think people just don't seem. I find it frustrating how people can't get it. That if you send that section of society back to 1950s, you've got to be prepared to send everybody back to 1950s, and they just don't get it. That let's just say it's not really a plan. It's going to happen of its own momentum, because people like Jakey, Rowling are after power, so they're going to then move on to at the moment they're all ganging up on the transgender lot, right? Then they're going to gang up on the homosexuals and lesbians. I mean, lesbians are radical feminists, you know, so the whole thing's just a bleak looking game that's not going to work for anyone. But let's just go back to the 1950s, shall we? I'll go back then if you want to, but nobody wants to do that. So they want to send me back to the 1950s is the problem. So it would happen of its own natural momentum, because once they've crushed this transgender thing, right, then they'll move on to homosexuals. Well, it's a war against men, actually. So it's more like I don't see it affecting the lesbian. Well, obviously it affects them. It affects everyone because it destroys society. But it'll be the homosexual men they'll go after. They already have started doing that. The homosexual women, they'll go after them. Lesbians, probably, yeah. So the very people. So J.K. Rowling will actually start going against the lesbians. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%. 100%. You know, be aware. You know, don't be dumb. You know what I mean? Be aware of these things. It's just natural momentum of power and control. So what we're talking about is we're talking about power and control. We're not talking about fluffy stuff here. We're talking about power and control, and that's what J.K. Rowling is really doing. She wants to have power and control over men. That's why she was sitting there with a cigar and everything. It's like crazy, isn't it? But who likes her? I think it's really bad with that. I think it's a really bad situation. People that are falling for that, really bad. It's a really bad situation that they're dumb enough not to see that. It's actually quite worrying. Or as you say, it's just a trend. They'll move on to somebody else. Normally I don't like, this is some kind of bulb or something. So sure. See, it shatters. So you shatter all the plastic. Like I say, it does get quite messy. So it's all falling out now. I mean, some of that might be aluminium actually. So you just break that off. Yeah, so we'll have to get the hammer on that. Well, that's actually ferrous. It's ferrous metal. Right, I think we'll well, what's this here? I was going to go in simply because I don't like the videos to get too long. It's sort of main motivation for going in now. Well, let's just go and have a coffee. So this is, God, that's all brass. What is this? That's plastic, isn't it? So I have to unscrew that. And that is brass. So that's it used to cost more to make things back then, because they used proper materials. They wouldn't use materials like that now. Screws are coming out. I haven't had my breakfast yet either. So it's quite plain what's going to happen. That she's going to go. Well, she's probably not going to get that far. So there's a bit of a sticking point at the trans lobby, or it's actual people that's being affected. So there is people like myself, but it's not really affecting me. Well, I don't really want to say that because I've been for compensation from the British government, but so I have been discriminated against, yeah, since this happened. This ruling was being directly caused by J.K. Rowling. But what will happen is the government will they'll tighten it up. They'll tighten up the legislation. They absolutely 100% will. Right? You know, you can disagree with that or whatever you like, your opinion, but that's what's going to happen. So, unless we go back to some of the ultra-conservative society, that's what I've been setting out. Yeah. you know, I've been laying that out. I can't really see that happening, but you know, see, that's brass as well. Wow, that's got these metal things around it, but we'll just let that go, won't we? Because that's too messy. Well, I think it's a brass spring actually all the way around it. It's on rubber. That's rubber. Now what we'll do is, we'll have to pull it off. See that's brass. Well, it's not that difficult. It's actually quite easy to get off. So when I'm trying to deal with all these problems I've got, and there's always somebody trying to attack me. I'm just that type of person. It just happens to me. Right, let's go for coffee. I think we'll, because otherwise it takes too long. You've just actually jammed the end of your fucking holder thing in there. So I need to sort out something, but I need to get some kind of holder. Right, a wheelbarrow's a bit awkward to take around as a... Actually... Oh, fuck. Fuck off! Oh, you clown. Right, so this is what we've got left. That, sort them out after breakfast. Still get them to sort out under there. Get the taps off. And we're getting there. So, thanks for watching. Bye! And welcome to the channel. We're going to carry on with this recycling. So, without further ado, come with me.